Give everybody a little second to get to their certs. And in the meantime, I can also try to find my verb. Yeah, also, there ain't no rules in this motherfucking class, but I don't go fuck what your job be saying, I don't go fuck what your school be saying. You can smoke in this class. So you got vapes, you got all that shit. You can drink in this class too. There ain't no rules. As long as it's all connected and associated with, staying balanced, staying divine, and, appreciative of God's power and glory, because you understand that's why everything is so amazing in the first place. And it's the reason why you get to have the honor and privilege and blessing of conquering it with God forever too. So that's where this whole, that's where this reserve comes from. That's why our composure is pretty fucking nice. It comes from, going through experiences of extreme pressure, and we're all supposed to go through that, because, extreme pressure creates beautiful fucking jazz. Yeah. I don't really think that shit should be limited at all, or I don't think people should think shit is limited at all. What do I mean? Well, you got grocery store, you got all the shit that comes from nature, everything that gave, an opportunity to appreciate being here, right? So nature gave everybody a job. And through that job, we were able to, become smarter, become stronger. And so that, it's, we're going to run out of paper towels. No, fuck the paper towels and fuck running out your fear. That's the problem. So tired of the fucking fear. What did you scare for? There's nothing to be fucking afraid of. There really isn't. And I'm saying that, okay, right? You see a spider. Okay, what? No, that's pretty understandable, because I understand primal fear within beings who haven't been here for that long, or at least they haven't been here to the point where, or despite how long they've been here, they haven't put time on appreciating that fucking organism. I always thought, I just think fear is dumb, because it fucks up the knowledge. It makes people think that shit is what it isn't. All right, fear will deceive motherfuckers. Excuse me. Forgive me, God. Forgive us. All right, fucking fear will have you, thinking that something that's really good for you is fucking bad, just because of maybe a not so good experience in the past or some shit. I don't fucking know. But do you need help bringing that? One of the problems in this fucking world is people fucking wanting help, but they don't ask for it, and then they just build up bullshit in their fucking spirits. Huh? Ugh, this again. Well, you want to know the reality of my situation here? Our situation here, additional pressure, You know, you get around people who haven't fully embraced God like that, and they can say what they want out of trying to, you know, defend themselves, but all you have to do is ask for help. And not just, you know, everyone has their own destiny with God. You know, God's always busy, but never busy to help you out, as long as you're always serving the entire time. Most people only contact God or something, they only seek divine, you know, support when something is going on that they don't understand or that they're afraid of or some shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers stay trying to make me feel like I'm bad just because, like, oh, I'm doing shit and don't pay attention, or I'm not like the most aware, and that I need to be aware of like everything that they're doing every single second. No, I'm with y'all right now. Okay, that's why I didn't know motherfuckers is moving shit. And they go, oh, well, don't you hear me and shit? Okay, well, don't you hear us? And, you know, and that's the reason why. Okay, so that's why I'm gonna go ahead and just like, it sucks, but these are like live format videos. I can't go live right now because I'm not subbed up like that. So, you know, best I can do is just do videos and then make shorts, you know, from different parts of the stream or whatever. That's all this really is, but it's not a live stream. It would be way better if it was. I'm trying to tell you, wait till we get verified and all that shit. I'm telling you, because fuck all the bullshit. It's just about connecting on a godly frequency. That's what brings all the Lambos. Okay, that's what brings all the motherfucking money. That's what brings all the Louis and the Gucci. Okay, that's what brings all that shit just for you to appreciate. Because guess what? Like I said, nature gave everybody a job. All right, what you think Gucci is made from? Fibers from nature. Okay, what the fuck you think the ink is made from? That they put on shirts and clothing. Okay, these dyes and shit. This comes from nature. Now, a lot of stuff is synthetic, but there's also a lot of shit that comes from nature. And that's God right there. So, on a daily basis, keep it moving, stay focused, be appreciative. Do everything you possibly can just to stay connected to that force of God. Literally, it might sound cliche, it might sound like you overheard it, it might sound how it sounds, but I'm telling you, if you're not where the fuck you need to be, you probably know that. I know that. In terms of like life, you know, I'm not successful in life. I'm spiritually rich, but I'm not rich to the point where I can make the actual investments that we need to further the transcendence, not only with us, but with everyone. That's what the true reward is. But at the same time, you know what? We also have fucking bills to pay. And you know what? I totally just like forget about that shit. I don't forget about that shit in terms of, oh, don't pay it. Like I forget about the fact that that's what they think we're here for, and we're not. We're only here for God. And I say they, I'm not talking about government. I'm not talking about no people, human, what you think is a human. I'm talking about the ungodly, the hateful, and the negative. They have unlimited shapes and forms, okay? Regardless, depending on the level of transcendence, regardless of, depending on the frequency you're on. But, you know, just don't let anyone or anything ever make you feel like you aren't invincible or like you aren't doing what you can, you know? So, yeah, this one was just a quick one. Me just checking in with y'all and, you know, and just connecting on that. Or we were just, the whole point was to, you know, always do your best. But if for some reason on the outside, okay, others are trying to make you feel like you're not doing your best, well, okay, that's cool. That shouldn't change the fact that you actually, unless you didn't genuinely try your best, and if you didn't, but you're trying to say you are, well, that's a different thing. But if you genuinely you tried your best or whatever, hey, you can't really take an L. You can't really take an L. And I always say this. regardless of you winning or losing, you technically always win, because if you win, great. But if you lose, now you have that much more intelligence on where it went wrong, what you could possibly do better. And that's just so you could be that much more aware of things that you need to be aware of, so that you can master that shit, add it to your victory next time. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe, you know, go on a 2P or a 3P, and then boom, catch that L. Catch that L on the third time or fourth time or whenever you fucking end up losing, just so you can realize that you didn't lose at all. It's a new level. It's a new level of intelligence and understanding. Okay, there's no lose. You can't lose. All right, you can't lose. Okay, maybe by technical rulings and shit. Okay, you lost. Okay, because you didn't have as much points. But because you didn't have enough points, that means there was a lot of shit that went on that didn't contribute to you getting more points. That's what you should take a look at, because then you're gonna be like, oh. And it's okay, you weren't aware, but you're about to be. You will in that case. And then if for some reason you just never win ever, well, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You clearly don't have God. You clearly don't care. You don't got Godzilla. So I don't know what the fuck you're doing. That wasn't really relevant, but yeah. Man, I can't wait. You know, the sun's heating up. Everybody's activating up out here. It's great. You know, I'm ready for the next update of animals out here. Dragons, they gotta return. Wherever they hiding at, wherever y'all done scared them motherfuckers too. We need them niggas back here, because just seeing shit like that flying through the sky, it's a symbol of God's power and glory, and they have their own purpose, just like you know, birds do what they do and fucking fish do what they do. All the animals have their own little purpose. They have their purpose too, and all of it, you know, it does what it does. But whenever you see it, it lets you know that God is the best. All right, I don't give a fuck. I want to walk around. I'm telling you, not no bogus shit, not no giant praying mantises and shit trying to fuck up niggas. No, unless they cool. If they're cool. But you know it, because remember, souls out here, everything is either negative, everything is either godly or ungodly. That goes for the animals too. Okay, I always used to think that, animals don't really, all of them are good because they're on God. All of them are on God's side because they don't know. They got souls too. All right. You know, that's why, you know, you see a lot of animals and you go, oh, that's beautiful. But then you see a dead animal, you're like, what the fuck happened? That's not as pleasant as the animal that was alive. Well, clearly the nigga got into some shit. Some shit got into him. I don't know what the fuck happened, but you know, animals got souls too. So, you know, you gotta respect them. Yeah, you gotta. I don't think they have to atone for sins like that, because they don't get the choice really. They have souls. I always knew they had souls, but I guess their purpose. I guess I always thought they just did what they did. So I always knew they had a purpose, but I guess I just didn't really think about too much the specifics of their purpose and the impact, right? Like, it's easy to go, it's easy to think about like I said, I think bees are really a good example. It's easy to think about bees and doing what they do with flowers, but then you realize if all of them were gone right now, and aren't they like fucking, I don't know, they're like endangered or something, I don't know. But it's like, if all of them were gone, you know, if all of the like fucking the plankton or zooplankton or whatever, the fucking algae or whatever. There was no water in this. The water that was in here, that was like some tap shit. I don't remember putting tap in. It tasted like tap. Anyways, I don't know. Clothes. There's no way a water bottle gonna make me work. But nah, man, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for everything to be heavenly. But you know, this is all stuff that happens as you transcend. And as you transcend, you'll notice that some people around you aren't. And don't let that be the reason why you don't transcend. Don't let that be the reason why you don't go on to live as godly as you possibly can. Because we all deserve it. God said so. You said so. We said so. That's all. So say less at that fucking point. But yeah.